Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of Avatar Rewatch. I am Nick. Joining me is Fire Nation sympathizer Jared.
Another day with Lex Luthor.
Oh, you mean Fire Lord Luther?
Actually, kind of, yeah. Well, technically, he would be an Earth King advisor Luthor, I guess. That's the term.
Luthang.
Luthang, there you go.
Okay. So today we are covering the episode, The Earth King, the last episode before the finale. So we'll get to that after we get off this episode. We got some business to cover with that, but let's cover this episode first. So, what are your kind of initial thoughts on this episode?
Well, first, I just want to remind you guys to make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share this discussion with anyone you think is interested in Avatar.
Yes, this guy is very wise. You should like, comment, and subscribe, and tell us what you thought of this episode. So please feel free.
Adjust the camera. So, in terms of what I thought this episode was freaking dope. I mean, the part where they invade the Earth King's like little fortress was so cool.
Apologizing the entire way.
Yeah, they're not impressed. They basically pulled a not impressed on the Earth King soldiers, and I was like, okay, this is dope. How they're like tossing them away with rocks. Even out. I also love the inventive way they use earth bending to make anti-aircraft cannons.
Yeah, the way the creative uses of bending has always astounded me. Like everyone was like in top form. It's really like this crew the entire season. They have been beaten down. They have reached frick it mode. Like they're like screw it. They're in screw it mode. They do not give a crap anymore.
They're basically in the mode like, okay, we're not messing around anymore. Let's get stuff done.
To quote Arnold Schwarzenegger, enough talk.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, and I love how it's like, I'm sorry, we just want to talk to the Earth King. Like,
yeah, I love that.
This episode, I feel like it balances things really well. You got like the high action, you got the high stakes, but also this is actually a very funny episode.
It is. It's so good. First, I love how it opens up with Aang is like hugging Appa's head, and he's like stuck on Appa's head.
I mean, can you blame the guy?
And I also love how like because they don't have the saddle right now, and Toph is like, "Can we get a new saddle? This is really scary."
Yeah, like one of my favorite Toph lines this episode is like, all right, I've seen enough of Ba Sing Se, and I can't even see.
Yeah, I love that one too. That one made me laugh again. I love all the inside jokes they keep doing about Toph being blind.
Yeah, it's just so good. Yeah, this episode, it feels like a finale. Like it really does feel like a finale, but it's just setting stuff up. Like literally, if this was the last episode of the season, it would have been a great finale. Like it would have been an amazing finale, but it wasn't. Like this is the setup.
By the way, I saw at the end of this episode, there's a certain like twist, and I saw that coming.
Wait. I'm sorry. I have to do this. So
you didn't see that coming?
That's Jared. That is Jared.
I did see that coming.
No. That is you talking to me. Before we started recording.
Yeah, I did see that coming. And the thing about the reason why I saw it coming is because I remembered what happened in the Appa's Lost Days episode, and it clicked in like a second. I was like, oh.
They even showed it in the previously on Avatar.
Yeah, immediately I was like, because by the way, I didn't watch that because I skip all the previously ons. But the point is, as soon as they mentioned okay, 3 warriors are here. Don't worry, you can trust them. And I'm like, oh no.
Also, like, do you realize how quickly that whole plan could have raveled if Sokka had gone to greet the Kyoshi warriors?
And by the way, fun fact, Azula does not have a nose in the close-up. That's a goof right there.
I know what I'm doing after I finish
They
recording
didn't
this.
draw a nose.
I guess she didn't know what was up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that was a stretch on my part.
Very intense stretch. I'm trying to see if I can
Yes.
find a picture of it so I can share it, but so far no dice.
You can just pull up the episode and just do the finale. Kind of
No,
thing.
I can't. It doesn't work. For some reason, my stream, it doesn't work like that on my end.
Well, Jared, luckily for you, I have alternative methods I can employ. So.
Well, yeah. So, but the point is that they kind of broadcasted that, but I'm like, okay, it's fine. I like that. If you watch the previous episode, you were like, yeah, of course. And that's the other thing. Again, this episode builds off the previous ones really well, and that's what I like about this series is that they really build off each other really well.
Wait, who doesn't have a nose?
Azula. Look at the end episode when they zoom in on her face.
Holy crap! Oh god. Okay. I have this pulled up now. Oh dear God. Oh dear. Wait. Let me just. Okay. All right. So I have this right here.
This should get hit by copyright, but okay. Yeah, immediately I was like, okay.
Wait for it.
It's gotta be the. It's gotta be the.
Oh my god!
Oh my god! It's listed as a goof on the thing there.
It's
becomes wait a Voldemort. That's what she's become.
Like literally, there's no nose. Like holy crap! You're right. Oh my god.
Yeah,
oh my god.
Someone made a goof on that one.
Somebody's getting fired 15 years later.
Yeah, he's like, but it's like the dude walks into work. Barry, you know, because of that one goof shot, by the way, get out.
Hey, Larry, how you doing? I know how you left Nickelodeon Studios 15 years ago, and you've had 3 different jobs since then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're fired.
We're gonna, even though you don't work here anymore, you're fired.
Even though you haven't worked for Nickelodeon Studios in over 15 years, and you've switched jobs 3 times since then.
I also like that with Zuko, he has the 2 dragons, and it's kind of a demon and an angel on his shoulder like thing, and Iroh kind of plays up to that, and he's like, oh, okay, sorry. That's how I actually got confused. So is it Iroh?
Yes.
Okay, Iroh brings up it's because in your body you're actually warring within yourself, and I like how it's actually making him physically ill.
Yes, like he like I know I've seen like recaps of this where it's like where he's so evil, the very act of making a good choice makes him physically ill. Also, those dragons, they will show up in season 3 in physical form.
Ooh, I can't wait.
Yes, when you see those dragons, you will be dancing for joy. Fans of Avatar are just like, Nick, did you really just make that pun? And yes, I did.
You know what I also noticed? The voice actor for one of the dragons, is that Catwoman again?
Yeah, it's Azula.
Oh, okay. Okay. So it's essentially like she's the devil on her shoulder. It's just her form in the stream as a dragon.
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
To be fair, you weren't wrong because Grave Louise has voiced Catwoman, so you weren't wrong.
That's how I know all these voice actors' names. I'm like, okay, so there's Catwoman from Arkham, Joker from Arkham.
I mean, Mark Hamill. You have heard Mark Hamill here before, and Yeah,
they
trust
have.
me. When we get to season 3, when you start hearing fire, the Fire Lord more often, it'll be so weird.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like I loved like the Earth King, where like you would think he'd be like kind of like this naive, like kind of child, but he was actually quite the sensible king, honestly. Like all the choices, given the circumstances, like he gave that team way more grace than they honestly deserved. But I think he was really fair.
I also loved how many steps they had to go to convince him that that the whole convincing stage where they're like, okay, it's this, okay, but it doesn't explain this, and then eventually Team Avatar is like, you know what, close enough, we'll take it.
Yeah, like I mean, you got to realize this Earth King, like for 100 years, like his father believed there was no war in Bossing State. Probably his grandfather believed there was no war in Bossing State. So, and the Earth King was raised under this belief. So, like his whole world has changed overnight. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I love it.
Remember,
It's
he
really
said
cool.
he never even left the palace.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah,
know,
because I by the way, what I really loved, I love where so they go to the wall and they see the Fire Nation drill, and Lex Luthor is trying to convince the king that that's not a Fire Nation drill. So he goes, "Oh yeah, we like import, we use foreign parts for all of our construction
no,
projects."
no. If you're gonna do the pun, you got to do it right.
Mm-hmm.
He's long third.
Okay, but the point is, he's like, "Oh no, we import all these tools in there."
Yeah, and it's like, then why does it have the Fire Nation insignia? Like, I
Yeah,
love it.
I
I
was like,
love it.
dude, you're not convincing anyone.
Yeah, it got more and more ridiculous, and I love it. I love like, oh, I'm done. You can take a ride in Nappa. Okay.
Mm-hmm. I love that. Yeah.
But yeah, it's really interesting. And like Zuko does get a bit sidelined a bit for this episode. This is really much the gang's episode, which is fine.
That's fine.
But yeah, like, what do you think of like Zuko's story? Kind of so
It's
far.
shaping up to be a pretty cool side plot.
I'm telling you, season 3 is Zuko season. Like, it, like,
I
trust me.
attribute this to, it's kind of like how in comic books, how they have like the main story and then like the last couple of pages is the backup story. For right now, Zuko seems to be the backup story to Avatar.
It really is, because
Mhm.
like honestly, there was no reason to even
Mhm.
talk about Zuko this entire season, because pretty much everything he's done has been completely separate from the game.
Mhm.
Like, there's been a few intersections, but for the most part, Zuko and Iroh's story has been completely separate. You know, and
Mhm.
yeah. So like, what do you kind of think once they got like, oh, so you get a letter, you know?
I felt that that was funny. I also enjoyed how apparently Aang tries again to score with Katara, and then he ends up getting kissed because of it. So I'm
He
like,
got
well,
Sokka blocked. He got Sokka blocked.
yes, of course. I'm like, dang it, Sokka.
I guess you could say Sokka is a romancer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, look at the girls he's been pulling. Like, he's got Suki all over him. Even Dai Lee is kind of into him. Like, dear God, that guy.
Remember when we titled an episode "It's Sokka Batman"? In a certain way, he is in this way too. Except Batman not written by Bruce Timm, a la all the romances are appropriate.
I feel like once we're all done with this, we're gonna need to do a special episode of Rewatch where we just cast the entire like Avatar: Last Airbender people as DC characters.
That'd be fun. I would enjoy that. Like,
That'd actually be a good Comics Watch episode.
that would actually.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, so yeah. But then, what do you think? Like, what happened with Toph? Like how crazy was that?
Just yeah, I know. I saw that coming too, because I'm like, when she leaves the village, oh, I mean, and she leaves her little palace near the beginning of the season, I was like, okay, so there's gonna be a time when she's gonna be abducted by mercenaries hired to bring her back. I 100% called that. I didn't think it would take this long, but okay, we're here.
But like she's in the metal box, and you know Earthbenders can't bend metal.
And she can't touch the ground, so she really can't see. So her sonar thing doesn't work.
All right. Give me a theory. How do you think she's gonna get out of this?
She's gonna annoy someone so much,
Possibly.
or the gang is gonna notice she's gone and then go after her.
Possibly. Oh, trust me, I don't want to spoil the reveal.
Mhm.
So yeah, so that was Avatar. The episode. All right. So the next 2 episodes are the finale, and it is as one episode.
Okay.
So Jared, do you want to do that as a live episode? How are we gonna do that?
Wasn't it? Well, don't we normally do live streams for the season finales of all the shows we rewatch? You might as well just keep that going.
All right. So I guess we're kind of just figuring out the details. Recording. So 8 p.m. Next Sunday.
Okay, that works. I
You know-
believe that should work from where I'm at right now.
And we'll be talking about it. We have watched it beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
So we won't have to do like the live rewatch. So it'll be, probably go for about an hour, hour and a half, or whatever, and just really kind of talk about book 2. Because trust me, like there'll be a lot to talk about.
There's
Not
a lot
just
to
with
talk
the
about book
finale,
2.
but with book 2. So yeah, and then we're gonna start book 3 right after that. And so here's the schedule for how rewatch is gonna go. So once we're done with Avatar, we're gonna do a quick jaunt into Firefly. Because that's like 13 episodes or whatever, so it won't take too long. But after that, we're gonna start on Battlestar Galactica. So we're gonna watch the miniseries first, and then go from there.
Okay, sweet. Can't wait.
So yeah, like that'll be great. And so this has been Nick from the Phoenix Press, and remember, I can only show you the door. You're the ones to walk through it. Tang is canon.